On a recent trip to France, I learned all about French butter. It's an all-natural ingredient that's a wonderful flavor enhancer and one of the most important ingredients in French cuisine. Today I'm going to show you how to make a delightful savory brioche, and I'm going to prepare it in a simple way where it's perfect for your kids' school lunch boxes. I'm going to be making my savory brioche with beautiful Middle Eastern flavors. I'm going to have feta cheese, thyme, honey, and a bit of chili flakes to just give it a nice kick of flavor. I'm going to start off by preparing my yeast mixture. I've got 3 teaspoons of active yeast, and to it I'll add my sugar. Gently mix and add in your hand-warm milk and water. I'm going to cover my bowl with a kitchen towel and let it rest for about 8 to 10 minutes until the yeast activates. In a stand mixer bowl using a hook attachment, I'll start preparing my dough. I'll combine my flour and I'll add in my salt. Give everything a light mix. Then add in your yeast mixture and combine everything together. Add in 3 eggs, one at a time. And make sure to mix between each addition. Once the egg is fully combined, reduce the speed to low and add your butter 1 tablespoon at a time. Finally, increase the speed to high and mix for about 5 to 7 minutes until the dough forms into a ball and pulls from the side of the bowl. The dough is ready and now I'm going to let it rest. It smells incredible. All that beautiful French butter just has elevated the aromas of this dough and I can't wait to eat it later on. Finally, I'm just going to coat this bowl with some butter and then pour in my brioche dough inside so I can let it to rest. Make sure to scrape all the sides. And then gently pour the dough into the bowl. And I'm going to cover this again with a kitchen towel and let this rest in a warm area for about 2 hours. I want this to double in size. My dough has been resting now for about an hour and I'm going to show you how it looks. And it has doubled in size. I'm just going to punch in the air. This is absolutely beautiful. And I'll cover and allow it to rest for about 30 minutes before I start to assemble. I'm going to be preparing my savory brioche buns in this cupcake pan so that it has individual portions perfect for the kids' school lunches. But if you're having a dinner party, you can prepare it in a 9-inch springform pan and serve it that way as well. I'll prep my pan by coating each tin with some butter. I like using French butter because it's a natural product. It adds a lot of flavor and adds beautiful color to my brioche. And I'll just keep this on the side. Now comes the fun part, time to assemble my brioche bun. Lightly dust your kitchen counter with some flour. This ensures that the dough doesn't stick to the counter. And then gently toss the dough on top of the flour. Look at how beautiful and glossy that dough is. And I'm just going to add a little bit on top so that it's easy to roll out. Roll the dough out into a 9 by 12 inch rectangle. And for the topping, I'm going to start off by evenly spreading out some cheese. This is white cheddar on the base. Next, I'll crumble some feta cheese just to give it a nice tart and tangy flavor. And for a nice aromatic kick of flavor, I've got some fresh thyme. I have to say, the smell of this fresh thyme is just special. Then, to give it a special kick of flavor, I'm going to drizzle some honey on top. And the chili is optional. Definitely wouldn't recommend it if your kids are averse to chili, but my kids are at the age where they're starting to enjoy it, so I'm just gonna add a tiny pinch, not too much, because I don't want it to be an overwhelming flavor. And now we're ready to assemble. I'm just going to take the edge of the long side of my rectangle and gently roll my dough in. And with a sharp knife, I'm going to divide this into 12 equal parts. Start off by dividing it in the middle. And then I'll just place them into my mold. I'm going to let this rest for about 30 minutes now before I add my egg wash. For the egg wash, I've got about a tablespoon of milk. I'm just going to add 1 egg to it. And then I'll just brush it over my brioche to give it a beautiful golden color when it bakes. And I'll bake this in an oven preheated at 200 degrees Celsius for about 16 to 18 minutes until it has a beautiful golden brown color. My Savoury Brioche buns are ready. They look spectacular. I'm gonna let them cool down before I dig in. I'm gonna remove these and let them rest on my cooling rack. They smell so good. Delightful, flaky and delicious homemade savoury brioche buns. They are really